Black Ops 6, it's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. Call of Duty. It's going to be the greatest Call of Duty of all time. And then everyone buys it and hates it and bitches about it for another year. And then you just repeat the cycle over and over again. But there is something worth discussing with Black Ops 6, and it's Omni movement, the new movement system that they have implemented. Now, Treyarch returns. I personally like a lot of the Treyarch the Call of Duty games. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, probably my favorite two Call of Duty games ever. I didn't like Black Ops 3 or 4. They got a little wild with those. I did enjoy Cold War, which honestly, Cold War, probably my favorite Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. And whereas movement really was pretty basic in Black Ops Cold War compared to the Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the more updated Modern Warfares, the Black Ops Cold War movement was about as basic as it was back in the day with the old school Treyarch games. But they have added something called Omni movement to Black Ops 6. Now, the marketing has been really good for Black Ops 6, and I got to give them full credit for that. It does look good. The marketing has looked good. The announcement yesterday of this new updated movement system could be a make or break. In fact, it might be the make or break. So let's look at this overview right now, and then we're going to talk a little more about it.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across every single mode.
Now, one thing about this is I'm curious if this is going to have a tactical sprint. TAC Sprint is a big discussion within the Call of Duty community. Modern Warfare 2019, and then the follow-up Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 all had tactical sprint, whereas Black Ops Cold War did not. I like tactical sprint. I like it a lot, actually, even though it wasn't in Cold War, which is my favorite of the more recent Call of Duties. I do like TAC Sprint, and I think that TAC Sprint is going to be in here. I don't know if we've had that confirmed, although I did see that there might have been a screenshot or a little quick glimpse that TAC Sprint is in this. So I am curious about that. And if TAC Sprint is in this, then it's going to feel more like the Modern Warfare, the more recent Modern Warfare games than Black Ops.
We've pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range.
Now, I like that. I like that right there, because it was always so weird when you would turn around when you're laying down and it took forever to lay down or to spin. Again, the animations do look cool. They do look cool. But I hope it's not broken as hell. Now, Black Ops 6 has been in development for several years, which is unheard of for Call of Duty. Usually, it's just a rinse and repeat. Like, every year, we're going to have a new Call of Duty. We're not going to put any work into it. And that's what the problem was with Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was just a DLC for Modern Warfare 2. That's what it was, but they just decided to call it Modern Warfare 3. Everyone hated it. I hated it. It wasn't good. And the entire Call of Duty community seemed to reject it. Modern Warfare 3 was an abomination for many reasons, but people were really frustrated that they basically just took what should have been a DLC for Modern Warfare 2 and called it Modern Warfare 3 and put a full price on it, which was bullshit.
Range of motion.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
It's really been something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni movement, there's no going back.
I really like what I'm seeing here. Now, if you go to something, movement has become a big discussion within these games. I'm a huge Titanfall fan, and Titanfall is my favorite FPS game of all time because of the movement. Movement is unbelievable in Titanfall, whether it's the wall running or how the pilots can, jump on the Titans when it's an enemy Titan. The movement was top tier in Titanfall 1, and then it got better in Titanfall 2. Call of Duty tried to kind of capitalize off of that, and it just did not work because Call of Duty is a boots on the ground. You get into futuristic stuff, and it just didn't work. It didn't feel right. Movement in Apex Legends. The reason I don't like Apex Legends is because while it does have some similarities with Titanfall, there's so much missing. Having wall running is not there. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like a Dollar General version of Titanfall. Fortnite. The reason I'm such a fan of Fortnite, the movement is fantastic, and it hasn't always been that way. They have gotten the movement. The movement has evolved in that game. Now, recently, they did an update about, 8 months ago, and they kind of messed the movement up. And they have fixed it since. The movement, I think, is phenomenal in Fortnite, and that's one of the reasons I continue to go back to that game. Movement is crucial. So if they can change the movement of this game, this is going to be one of the biggest changes we have seen in Call of Duty to date, and hopefully it's one that works and is going to be here to stay.
We also have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist, and crouch assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it. We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6.
Giving people options is always a good thing. Giving them options and letting them change the experience up for them and what's best for them is always a positive thing, and it's something I'm always going to support.
We looked at other genres like racing games, where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options. I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup. Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions, so now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's going to dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's dynamic, it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We are constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
I mean, all that looks cool. It sounds cool. And I'm excited to see if it actually translates to a better experience. But this is one of the things that Call of Duty has gotten so bland over the years. And Modern Warfare 3, I think that they finally just overstepped so bad with what they did with Modern Warfare 3. And now with Treyarch coming back into the fold and kind of bring us back to the basics with the prestige system and so many other things that have just simplified the experience. You don't have to sit there and complicate it. We're not looking for a lot. We're just looking for the experience to work and not be overly complicated, but evolve it a little bit. So time will tell. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for Black Ops 6? Also, we've got a new Doom game announced. We've got a Gears of War prequel. There's a lot of cool things going on in the gaming world. So I'll be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.